Let's talk about rotavirus. Rotavirus is a highly contagious virus that causes GI symptoms: nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain. The risk with rotavirus, especially in little babies, is dehydration. So if you notice that their fontanelle is going down, they're not filling their diapers with urine, they're not eating or drinking like they should, or they're really sleepy, bring the child into the doctor to make sure that they're not dehydrated from the rotavirus causing, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Now, the risk of death from rotavirus is extremely low because as long as you're paying attention to your child and you notice the signs of dehydration, you can generally get them treatment immediately. They can get IV fluids and be better in a couple of days. The scariest risk of rotavirus is something called intussusception, which is when the intestines fold in on themselves and they cause a blockage, and that can actually kill the child if they don't have immediate medical attention. They usually have to do surgery for that. How effective is the rotavirus vaccine and what are the risks? The rotavirus vaccine is very good at reducing hospitalizations from rotavirus, but the number of deaths from rotavirus really hasn't changed since this was approved 20 years ago. The intussusception risk is essentially the same. The risk of dehydration is still there with the rotavirus vaccine because it is a live vaccine, which means you can still get nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea after you give the child the vaccine. They're also contagious after the vaccine because it's in their stool. So if you're changing diapers in daycare, you really need to pay attention, even if they don't have symptoms, because they may still be shedding virus in their stool while you're changing their diapers. So wash your hands really well, wash surfaces. The other issue with the vaccine is rotavirus can cause intussusception, so can the vaccine. In fact, that's why the first rotavirus vaccine was removed from the market, because it caused intussusception too much. But now they've decided that it causes about the same as regular rotavirus, so the risk is not any higher with the vaccine. I have a friend who gave her son the rotavirus vaccine when he was 4 months old, and he got intussusception from the vaccine. The biggest benefit of the rotavirus vaccine is it reduces the risk of hospitalization. But if you know the signs to look out for, you can get your child help before it becomes a medical emergency requiring hospitalization. As always, it is a risk versus benefit. Rotavirus itself has a risk, but so does the live vaccine.